How did you simultaneously win and lose the genetic lottery? My musical talent landed me my dream life. But I went deaf by my 20s. Thanks grandpa. I'm the only person in my family with perfect eyesight. But I'm also the only person who doesn't have a sense of smell. I am considered to have gorgeous eyes. They are my best feature. However, I have absolutely terrible vision. Near far-sighted with astigmatism. I cannot recognize my own mother from 5 feet away. I never get sick. Ever. My natural cholesterol is so high. You could spread my blood on toast. I still have a full head of hair. Thanks granddad. But it's white. Thanks granddad. I am a long red-headed, auburn wavy, tall, 6 feet 3 inches. Green-eyed man. I did some modeling and I've always been on the attractive side. I also have multiple sclerosis and very bad kidney function. Like borderline failing bad, and I am 22. Win some lose some feeling in my foot, I guess. Having nice breasts but being a man. I don't have a gag reflex. Very useful and very deadly. I can choke and not know until it's too late. Edit. For those who keep asking, something can be stuck in my throat and I won't know it until I try to breath or swallow. But still worth it if I ask me. Edit 2. I am not a man. I was born into a rich family but I have a micropenis. My colleague told me a story about growing up in Burundi and his mother having sickle cell anemia. I tried to be sympathetic. But he said it was not viewed as completely terrible as it made her immune to the malaria epidemic that was going on at the time. My hearing is so good my brain can't keep up with it. I regularly shock people by overhearing what they're saying from extreme distances. But as a result of picking up every piece of ambient noise, I often find it difficult to understand what the person in front of me is saying. Good titties but also back problems. 28-inch inseam. Good. Even the worst economy class flight is no big deal. Bad. Finding pants that fit and ladies that wanted to get into them. I'm very healthy with no genetic disorders or diseases. But look-wise I ain't doing so well. I practically never vomit. I think maybe once in the past 20 years. And even then it was barely a vomit at all. No matter how rough I feel, I can always prevent myself from throwing up. The flip side is that I also never burp. Which means all that gas has to go somewhere. The result? I have some fearsome toots. Lose. Working on how I feel about myself. Everything about me is tiny. Puberty grazed me. Then left the building. Often get mistaken for a child. Win? I rarely get ill. And when I do, it's never horrible. My immune system seems rather decent. I am tall and creative. And I have a connective tissue disorder which has been causing me problems for my entire life. Apparently this means I get to look forward to constant pain once I'm older. Yeah, bye. And sorry dad, I'm never passing this on to another generation. Doing great in my electrical engineering program. Father died from his second heart attack at 36. Most of the men on that side of the family are dead by their mid-40s despite being active and artery conscious. Fortunately I have a great cardiologist and many advances have been made, so fingers crossed. Guys, don't think because you are fit you are automatically safe. I look younger than I am, still get ID despite being in my 30s. And don't need to shave as often as most other men. Basically I'm a baby-faced assassin. But I've ankylosing spondylitis, Crohn's disease, osteoporosis, recurring uveitis. I'm losing my hair. And I'm all of 5 feet tall because my back is collapsing. I was never tall to begin with. 5 feet 5 inches peak height. Tall. Not bad looking. Fairly muscular but have a very high propensity to develop back problems. My lower back is a mess and I'm only in my mid-20s. Amazing beak. But man I hate these webbed feet. I am slim and a good looking guy and always have been. I suffer hay fever in the summer. When all the girls are looking their best I am sneezing, dribbling snot and my eyes are all red and puffed up. Edit. I wrote this thinking about ARP's question. Remembering when I was a young man. 70s 80s. I suffer very little now in my later years. I won in the physical looks department. But it comes with crippling asthma and zero pain tolerance. Everybody says I'm intelligent. But I have genetic depression. If something doesn't actively make me happy, I feel sad. Well endowed but asexual. Got everything a guy would want physically. Stuck with crippling mental illnesses that lead me to live isolated at home. Great beard. Bad hair. I had cancer. Also I'm 6 feet 3 225 pounds and played college football on scholarship. Suru not sure if I have a net gain or loss. Edit. I've been cancer free for 2 years. I'm sure many people can relate to this. I'm what has been referred to by some teachers as an underachiever. They always said he's so smart. If only he would put in a little more effort. Double quote. I'm not saying this to humble brag in any sense. But I think I would consider myself a fairly intelligent person. But my problem is that I have almost zero self-discipline and difficulty in paying attention. So instead of achieving greatness, I've just been kind of bouncing around in mediocrity all my life. Never working hard enough to succeed. I really admire those people who can work hard for their goals. Those who can put in the hours of studying. Or get the work done first thing in the day. Or whatever. Even now. I'm writing this post instead of working on other tasks I should be doing. From my dad's side, I got the insanely long legs. From my mother's side, I got the wide hips and the fat distribution that tends to hang round hips and thighs. From my dad's side, I did not get the international level athlete's gene. But I did get the rubbish ankles, which limits the amount of exercise I can do. So while long legs are generally seen as desirable on women, I don't quite follow through. As a result, I buy shirts in size 8 and skirts in size 14. And there is only one cut of dress that ever looks remotely good on me. Lose. Scoliosis. Fixed it now. Deaf in my right ear. Skull was too small causing spinal fluid to leak. Fixed it now but missing some skull. Blue rubber bleb never syndrome. Calcified lumps in my veins. Mostly on joints. Forever in pain in some way, shape or form. Win. F-king magical immune system and healing abilities. E. G. Rarely ever ill and re. The scoliosis surgery. I was supposed to be in hospital for 3 weeks to recover. But was discharged after 5 days because I just got up and walked around feeling fine. Huzzah. Well, my boyfriend and I have discussed this question a while back. If we were to ever have kids. Win. We both have thick, luscious hair with no balding on either side. So our kid would have awesome hair. Lose. Due to us both having terrible vision, our kid would probably be blind as shit. Asterisk. I'm tall and thin. But I have celiac disease. She's thin plus she's not eating what everyone else is equals she must have an eating disorder. As a thin woman who says no to the office birthday cake, the pizza everyone ordered, the beer at your party, the cookies you baked for me, etc. I'm always accused of being anorexic. I actually eat over 4,000 calories a day. I just have to be really careful what they are. Gluten-free food is not a Hollywood lifestyle fad for me. It's life without severe GI distress. But people don't believe that. Women are the meanest about it. It looks like puberty doesn't even know my name. So I still have very little acne. A tiny boy. And a really high voice for a guy. Although, people always tell me I have really beautiful eyes. Kind of greenish grey. Great teeth. 47 and never had a filling. But my bottom teeth are tilted forward more than normal. So I bite my lip more than I'd like. I'd like it to be 0 times. High metabolism. High sweat. High functioning autism. Phenomenal memory and learning powers. Itty bitty social skills. 6 feet 5, 240. Athletically gifted. But also gifted with ulcerative colitis. Every time I'd apply myself heavily in sports I'd end up bleeding from my insides and have to take time off to recover. Got my mom's height instead of my dad's short stature, but also got stuck with her complexion, so I sunburn in about 5 minutes and go completely red faced while slightly exerting myself instead of having less pale skin like my dad. My immune system can fight off damn near anything. Except debilitating migraines. Hot. But going bald since 20 and can't really rock the shaved head. Quite handsome. Dark circles under eyes. Above average strength. Overly squishy spinal discs. I was the go-to guy for lifting heavy stuff, but my spine suffered. Lucky for me, I live in this age of high-tech medicine, so I'm going into my senior years with titanium reinforcements. Don't have body odor because Asian. But I also have the typical Asian eyes, which means no eye makeup works on me. Win. Awesome long, naturally, curly hair. Total baba face. I'm 39 yet people seem to think I am a HS student. Great boobs. Lose. Rheumatic arthritis. Fibromyalgia. Flat ass. I'm 38. Tall. 6 feet 2 inches. In shape. Athletic. Full head of hair. Good looking enough to land a super amazing and gorgeous girlfriend. Talented enough to do the job I always dreamed of doing, cinematographer, and be respected by my peers. And the ladies say I have pretty eyes. But I have cluster headaches, aka suicide headaches. The most painful condition known to science. Psoriasis. Arthritis. And I'll probably get dementia as it runs in my family. I'm not going to let that happen. I'll go out on my own terms before it gets bad. I'm not even 20 years old and my hair is going white. But it's thick and not falling. I can eat all I want and burn that. But it's hard to gain weight. My voice and looks are attractive. In everyone's eyes except me. Got the tall genes, but as a chick they don't do much good. Big boobs. H-cup boobs are great, but they really take a toll on your shoulders lugging them around for a lifetime. I sweat profusely. All the women in my family do. It's shitty now soaking through my clothes after light strenuous activity. But if my mother and her mother are anything to go by, I'm gonna look 50 when I'm nearing my 80s. I'll suffer the sweat for the extended youth. Either my parents are telling me something or I really won the gene lottery, since I'm the only one in my extended family that doesn't need glasses. Then, people often assume I'm much younger than I really am, since instead of any mentionable amount of hair I can only grow acne on my face. Glasses would definitely help make me look older. Win. Naturally straight teeth. No need for braces. I'm also natural blonde. Lose. Hair. Everywhere. Which is why I consider being a natural blonde a win, since no one can see the hair, so I can go without shaving, waxing a bit longer. Also the depression and anxiety don't help either. Born a male in a family with a history of breast cancer. Dysphoria. I can literally eat anything and not get fat. But I have to pee every 10 minutes and can't seem to gain muscular mass. Blonde. Blue eyes. Conventionally attractive PAWG. Excellent stamina. Quite flexible and have good endurance. On the other hand, I have MS and have no use for these. I have 5 different chronic illnesses. Not only are none visible, but I'm actually attractive. I have an hourglass figure, albeit interrupted by the nudge of scoliosis. My breasts are great, but the weight adds to the back pain. I have a nice face but a permanent scowl, since it's pretty hard to be happy about all this. It's all very annoying because people don't believe me or let me sit on trains unless I'm using my cane. But goddammit, I'm pretty. Edit. I've been thinking about this since I wrote it. And I realized it's essentially an equilibrium. There's a lot of stuff I can't do because I'm a sick cripple. but being pretty affords me some of that power I've lost. E.g. I can't do stuff because of my conditions. But I can get other people to do it for me with a look. It sounds awful when I type it out like that. But it's all I've got. Half Thai, half English, and my immune system can shrug off anything including flu in 2-3 days. Suffer acute hay fever, grass, and asthma. This thread is making me incredibly thankful for what I have. I've been told by a number of people I have a strikingly handsome face. Also, I basically never get sick. Unfortunately, I started going bald 10 years ago at age 17. I'm 5 feet 4 inches. I have man boobs. And I have a body type that loves to hold on to weight. Oh. And basically every adult in my extended family has been diagnosed with cancer at some point.